Welcome everybody to Ziggy and Pyrin play Pokemon Soul Silver. Last episode we just kind of got to this town. That was essentially all that happened. We left the last town, we got to this town. That was the entire progress that happened. So we're gonna go look around, see what there is to see here in Olivine City. We're coming up on like one of my least favorite parts of the game, which is where you just surf a bunch, and we'll just essentially fight like 2,000 tentacles. But I think there's still something to do in this town before we do that, so we'll look around, check all that out, and then maybe go train our Nidorino and Slowbro so that they're not like just the biggest wimps in existence.
You gonna put 7 Peg in the front?
Am I gonna put what now?
7 Peg in the front?
Oh, yeah, I probably should do that, shouldn't I? There he is. Out front. What is this? Is this like the museum or is this the lighthouse? The glitter lighthouse?
Oh, dude, we have a Flaffy too.
Yeah, we have a Flaffy.
I think we need to use the Flaffy.
No, she's got a sick Flaffy up the top. We have to go get like medicine for it.
That's right, that's right.
Does that mean the next gym is electric gym?
What?
Does that mean the next gym is the electric gym?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Possibly.
I don't remember if the lady up here is actually the gym leader. Oh, I have to go like all the way
I
through.
feel like we get Fly at some point.
No, I think we get Fly, but we can't use it until we beat this gym. Also, until we have a Pokemon that can actually fly.
Do that too. Well,
freaking
Togetic, right?
I
think Togetic can learn Fly.
Potentially, but we have to have Togepi evolve first, and
right.
Who fucking knows how long that'll be? Could be like 300 years. What do you want?
I think we can like buy a stone or something, right, to increase friendship. Maybe you just find it. Maybe you don't buy it. But
I don't know where it is. I think it's an incense of some kind. It's not a stone. But you have to have them hold it, and I don't know where it's at. This is no place for playing. Alright, time to fight an old geezer man. You ready?
No jumping on the bed.
Oh shit, it's Alfred. Gentleman
God.
Alfred.
Oh my god. If that had been a bat.
I don't think we can fight this as Simon Pegg. I think we're gonna have to send out Talia.
Noctowl is pretty badass looking.
Noctowl is pretty cool. For as much as Hoot Hoot sucks, Noctowl's pretty cool. Except
Yeah.
it gives me like post-traumatic stress disorder of like the owl from fucking Legend of Zelda. And I'm always just like not really a fan of that owl. And I think we've talked about that before, but that owl's a pain in the butt.
That's true. Also the owl from The Secrets of Nim, which we've also talked about before. But that owl's pretty creepy.
That owl's kind of like...
He actually scared me a ton as a kid because there were like rat skeletons in his freaking lair. And so she like goes up to the top of the tree and it's all like spider webs and bones.
Dude,
and he has like glowing eyes. And he's like, "What do you want?" And she's like, "I just want to help my friends."
Yeah, is he the antagonist? I don't remember.
What?
Is the owl the antagonist to that movie?
No.
No, it's just like he's just like an old creepy.
Humans are technically the antagonists.
Yeah, but he's like a creepy kind of like oracle kind of thing.
Yeah, basically.
Right? Gotcha. I couldn't remember. It's been so long, but I love that movie.
Yeah, and I don't actually remember who the bad. Let's see. She's a mouse, and the rats are the bad people.
That's
because
what it was.
They've been all pumped up with like crazy juice by humans.
Gotcha.
And there's like the old rat, Nicodemus, who's like the leader of them, sort of. But then they like go rescue him.
Oh right. That movie is really good. I should watch that.
It's based off a book, but I never read the book.
I never.
But the intro is creepy as hell too, because it's like, hey, we're humans and we inject crazy juice into these rats, and then they get all like fucked up and they like trip out and have seizures, and
I remember that.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It was bizarre. Critical hit.
Polywag is so derpy.
Look at those eyes. They don't like. They're not quite correctly on center. Like I get that it's supposed to be cross-eyed, but it's also like, its right eye is a little like off from its left eye.
Is that his mouth?
What?
Like the little
pink thing? Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Poliworld doesn't have a mouth.
Nope, Poliworld does not have a mouth. He's got like a little. It's either a mouth or a nose, and it's always looked more like a nose to me because the spiral always looks more like a mouth to me than anything else.
Oh, that's weird. Like visualizing that is really odd.
Wait, you've never visualized it that way?
With the swirl as the mouth?
Yeah.
Well, as soon as I was debating whether or not that little pink thing was the mouth, I tried to, and then I couldn't, and then I stopped. And then when you said that again, I tried harder, and then now I kind of can, but it's still really weird.
That's how I've always seen it. I've always seen that as like the pink thing is the nose, the brown thing, like the spirals are the mouth. Because in the second level, like Poliwhirl doesn't have the mouth, like the pink thing, and then Poliwrath just basically has the swirl, but the swirl is like made to look kind of like a mouth, and he's like angry. He's like, So I always just assumed that it was a mouth all the way through every evolution. Also, Poliwhirl's like one of my favorite.
You mean evolution? Evolution.
Look how adorable Poliwhirl is. What a nerd. He's like chubby. He's got little human hands for some reason.
They're like Mario gloves.
Yeah, he's got little Mario gloves.
He doesn't have a tail.
Nope. Well,
I guess that's how frogs work.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a frog. Oh, you got paralyzed.
Also, Poliwag's tail kind of looks like a white piece of kale.
What piece of kale? Like seaweed? Or not kale. My bad, not seaweed. Kale, the vegetable that
Correct.
you eat in salads. I know what kale is.
Earthweed. Nope, that's different.
Earthweed is not correct. Earthweed is something completely different. Oh, you know what we didn't take from our PC? Who's supposed to be on our team that we haven't put on our team? Can you guess? Do you remember? It's been a really long time. No, it's Snoop Dogg.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah. God damn it, Mom.
God damn it, Mom.
How are you? I found a useful item to show me his money and delivery mail. Great. You got it.
I'm just wasting too much money. Bye.
Good. Adios. All right.
I like that there's a little like network like icon on your
Oh yeah, on the thing. So it's like you have reception here. And you're like,
I wonder if it doesn't work when you're in a cave.
that would be cool, except it does. So I lied. Yeah,
Way to just shoot down all my dreams.
I know.
What do you think those flags are?
I don't know, like the national flags of the city states. I don't know.
The nation, the Pokemon Nation.
Pokemon Nation. It's my favorite band. Saw them live once. Sail.
Pokemon Nation.
Pokemon Nation.
Opened up with hip hop legend Sudowoodo.
Sudowoodo. I'm debating whether or not we actually want to use Sudowoodo, and I'll tell you right now why.
Because he's too high to remember his moves.
That, and also because, well, he's level 20, which is sweet. But, so he's rock type, right? But we also have a ground type in the form of Nirina. Oh, he's not a ground type yet, he's just poison. But he's gonna be ground type, which means he'll also be weak to water. But then we'll also have Quilava, who is fire.
Do we need Krios?
No, but I'm just saying with Nidorino, with Simon Pegg, and Fred, and Snoop Dogg, that's 3 Pokemon who are weak to water.
Oh.
So that's where I'm a little iffy. I mean, we can always put him on the team over Krios. I don't think we're going to be using Cut anytime soon.
At least temporarily.
Yeah. So I don't know how long Sudowoodo is going to be on the team, but I think we should keep him. Snoop Dogg should be on there for at least a little bit. Keep the rotation going.
Very nice. I'm sure he appreciates that.
I appreciate it.
I want to do a Snoop Dogg impression so bad, but I don't want to be really mean.
Yeah, you gotta. Again, we were talking about comedy last episode. Is it gonna be racist? Is it gonna be bad? You know, not bad as in like bad because it's racist, but bad because you just probably maybe aren't very good at a Snoop Dogg impression. Shots fired.
That's very likely, actually. Chances are high on that one.
Yep. It is very high. No.
And I still haven't perfected my Charlie Day impression either.
God damn it! It's been like 10 whole episodes. How are you not ready for your Charlie Day impression?
Mostly, I haven't even tried, and his voice is way higher than mine.
That's true. Maybe I'll do the Charlie Day impression.
And I don't have I don't have the comedic genius to just whip it out, you know? Because just making my voice higher doesn't really cut it. You know, you have to say things that he would say.
It's valid. I might have to go watch some episodes of Always Sunny and then come back by the final episode and have a spot on Charlie Day impression. Everyone will be amazed because I don't have one right now.
Well, it looks like the tides have turned there, Ziggy.
I know. But I only did it, and I'm only taking over on this goal because you don't have the proper voice to do a Charlie Day impression, sadly.
Well, that's not my fault.
I mean, it kind of is.
It's Charlie's fault.
It's Charlie's fault. You blaming Charlie Day for that?
Mm-hmm.
What's his last name in... It's Reynolds. No, it's not Reynolds.
No, he's
Reynolds
Charlie
is the
Day.
other one.
I'm pretty sure.
His last name's different.
Maybe.
Charlie Day just plays Charlie, but I don't remember what his name is in the show. It's Charlie something. It's supposed to be him, though. Charlie Day is typecasted so hard.
Charlie Day.
There goes Silas. Research man to the rescue.
Uh-huh. Dictionary boy, actually. Is the official title. He might not even have a last name. Charlie Kelly, that's right.
Charlie Kelly, there it is. I knew it wasn't quite... It wasn't Charlie Day, but he's casted... He's basically playing himself.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I actually want to see Horrible Bosses too. Because I liked him a lot in the first one, and he wasn't too Charlie-like, which was nice.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that cast was even better than I expected it to be. You know, because sometimes those goofy comedy movies are kind of just all right, yeah, I like all of them, but they're just kind of all doing the same thing, so it doesn't really matter who's who. But those three in particular, I really liked together.
I've not seen the first one. I've heard mixed things about the first one.
I knew absolutely nothing about it when I watched it, and it was fairly recently.
Oh.
And Kiri and I really enjoyed it.
Sweet. I think that I might enjoy it as well, based on the fact that you enjoyed it, but I can't tell. You're one of those people where I think we connect on a lot of things, and then some things that we just don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is not a bad thing, but...
Right. And now you've heard something about it, and it sounds like you've already heard some stuff about it too. You know, I didn't really enjoy The Hangover when I first saw it, because I heard a lot of people being like, oh my god, it's so funny, and it's on top of being funny, it's actually intellectually funny, smart funny. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then I saw it, and I was like, no, that's not true. It's funny, true. But there are way more intellectually funny movies than this one.
Right. Totally.
And so that kind of it didn't ruin it, and I still saw parts of it that were funny. But all in all, I was like, all right, it was kind of just completely nuts.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And I really like Bradley Cooper and Zach Galifianakis, and
yes,
cool. And then I don't think I watched any of the other ones.
Understandable.
And then with Horrible Bosses, it was I knew nothing about it except that they were making a second one. And then I looked it up, and I was like, wait, I like all those actors, and they're kind of separate from each other in my brain.
Right.
And also of the SNL people, Jason Sudeikis is one of my more favorite people when it comes to improv.
Right.
Right? A lot of those movies, especially the Judd Apatow movies and stuff, you know that they wrote the movie and they wrote the scenes, but they didn't write the dialogue.
Right, a lot of the dialogue is just made up on the spot.
Basically, and they're just they might be all right, you mess this up and then you do this, and you mess that up and then realize that he's doing that, and you go talk to him, and that's it. And then you can tell they just improv the dialogue from there. Right. And you can see, you can experience them having fun with each other by recognizing that they're making it up.
Oh yeah, totally.
And I really appreciate that, and it really blows my mind.
It's super cool. There's a lot of films that do that. I'm just trying to think of like an example in particular that I'm thinking about. It's not a movie, it's a TV show. But have you seen Rick and Morty?
Say it again.
Rick and Morty. It's a cartoon.
Oh, I've seen like an episode.
Okay, so besides the fact that I really like the animation and art style and like the people who do the show in general, a lot of that show, like dialogue is made up, like on the spot.
Really?
A pretty decent amount of it, which
And then
makes
they animate
sense.
it later.
Yeah. I mean, that's how a lot of like almost all Western cartoons are done. The only time that isn't done like that is typically like if you see like an anime that's been dubbed over or something.
Right.
But you know, a lot of Western cartoons are animated after the voice acting.
Right.
But that voice actor in general, the guy who does Rick and the guy who does Morty's voice.
He does both, right?
Yeah. He tends to, 1 second, Fury Attack, I don't remember. Jab, horns, 15 damage. 15 damage. Man, all of your moves are like pretty bad. But he improvises a lot of the dialogue basically between himself. And then there's one episode where they have like a television, like a TV changer that lets them like watch TV from other universes.
Okay.
Right, like from a bunch of alternate universes. So it's basically them sitting on the couch like changing channels and like going to different like variations of TV shows that you would see all around the place. And like all of the TV shows are just improv, right? Like he's like, boom, like this is just something that I made up off the top of my head. And I mean, obviously when you're in a studio doing animated work, you can just like take out the ones you didn't find funny.
Right.
But it's like pretty obvious that like a lot of them are just all in one take. And so it's just like, boom, on to the next one, boom, on to the next one, and just like makes up all the dialogue on the spot, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something you see in like comedies in general, is a lot of like improvised dialogue.
They do that in New Girl as well.
Do they? That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what was the other one? Oh, and also with Jake Johnson, who's in New Girl, a movie that also used to be, I don't know if it still is, on Netflix, called Drinking Buddies. It's him and Olivia Wilde. And Anna Kendrick is in it as well. And it was kind of the same deal. Kiri and I had like seen it on Netflix a bunch and heard basically nothing about it, except that like Jack Seligman liked it. And then we heard that it was like the same deal, where it was like entirely improv in terms of dialogue. And so with no prior knowledge other than that, we watched it and really, really enjoyed it. And it was only like an hour and a half or something, and it felt like it was, I mean, it didn't feel really long, but it felt like it was a very full-length movie.
Right. That's
due
cool.
to the fact that I guess the story progressed very well, and it felt very complete.
Right.
Which I think is hard to do when it's all improv.
No, for sure. That's a really hard thing to do when it's all improv.
Yeah, and even if you don't like the movie, like even if you don't like the content, or even if you don't like, I don't know, the characters or something, for me at least, it's still so satisfying and like fulfilling to watch a movie like that, just because of the amount of talent that you can recognize in the actors.
Oh no, for sure. Swagger's a good move. I like Swagger. Ooh. I don't know how. I kind of want to get to the top of this lighthouse before we end the episode, so try to do that. Might be a little while because the episode ends. We only have like a minute left in the episode, but yeah, it went fast.
We don't need rules.
I mean, they're not set in stone at all. I was just like, I prefer to keep them like 20 minutes long so that people don't like. I'm gonna skip fuck. I'm gonna try to skip a few of these trainers, but just try to keep them like 20 minutes so that people don't necessarily have to get tied into like a 30, 45 minute episode that they have to watch in order to get the progression of what's going on.
Right.
Whatever.
Dennis with one N.
What was his name?
Dennis with one N.
Denise.
Oh.
It's French. You wouldn't understand.
You're right. I wouldn't. I'm not Canadian.
It's too. It's unbelievably difficult to understand. Oh, you got poisoned. What a scrub.
So good. He pecked. Peck him back.
I'm gonna fight him. Get ready. Fury attack. He's doing the same thing he did to me.
Suck it.
Suck it.
That was it. That was the one.
Yep, that was it. Alright, wrap it up. That was a good good day of recording. That's all we needed.
Kablam.
Got that one line in there.
You might as well be Dule Hill.
I know. Might as well. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind being Dule Hill.
You basically look like him.
You know what? If you saw me next to him, it'd be really hard to tell the difference because we look that similar.
Like sometimes when I'm hanging out with you, I'm like looking around at all the people, and there are some people who are like checking us out because they're like, oh, are they famous?
Are those the guys from Psych?
Yeah, because I look just like James Roday.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And Kiri looks exactly like Maggie Lawson. So.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you don't know how much that show made me want to be like a private investigator. No, I mean I know that it wouldn't be like as silly or as fun as they make it seem in that show, but I still kind of like. I would be like, man, how fun would it be to just have a friend and like make a private investigation, like syndicate with them, little office.
Right. And also, there's no way that the police would just be like, you can't come, you're absolutely forbidden to come, and then you show up anyway, and they're like, damn it,
look,
don't do that, man.
Yeah, dude, loose cannons. They're all over the place in TV shows. You can't do anything without a loose cannon.
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't think the police force would actually just be like, darn it, Spencer, you did it again.
Yep.
Which is basically all they ever do. They'd be like, no, legit, you can't come here. It's against the law.
Yeah, they all have like the most laid back like ideas around solving crimes in that show.
But to be fair, he's like always right, so.
That's true. That's valid. Like, at what point does your reputation have to be good enough to like, you know, you're just like, oh, I guess we can let him do what he needs to do.
I guess he'll help us. And that's the thing, is that's the whole struggle, is that they really need him.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious because, like, spoilers, he's not actually psychic. So, like, he's actually just a badass.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's actually just better at doing their job than they are.
Yeah. It's a pretty good premise for a show. I like it. I have to go back and watch it again because it makes me happy.
Yeah, it's real good. I never finished it, actually. And the last season was kind of weird, or the most recent one I saw, which would have been season 7. Was kind of weird, but there were a couple like really awesome episodes, and they did some really cool stuff. And
I stopped on the musical episode, which is not because it's a musical episode and I don't want to watch it. In fact, the opposite. Like, I really, I would want to watch a musical episode. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
It's just I stopped there. And I didn't
me too.
Keep going.
Exactly the same. It was like a really long time before the musical episode came out. And then it came out, and it was like right around like my birthday and around Christmas and stuff of like a year and a bit ago. And so then I was like, oh shit, it already came out and it's already over. And then next thing I knew, I was like in Best Buy, and I was like, oh, season 8 on DVD. And it was like the end of the show. And I was like, oh my god. First of all, I didn't even know that was happening. Second of all, it's been long enough that it's already on DVD.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, it's basically exactly the same position that I'm in, except that it was like I watched it all on Netflix or Hulu, and then like Hulu began to charge to watch on Hulu, so I didn't watch it on Hulu, and I was like waiting for it to come out on Netflix, and I marathoned it all when it did, and I got to the last episode, and then for some reason, some life reason, I was just like, I have other things I need to be doing. I really need to go back and just like finish it.
And then you watched season 9 of Supernatural and cried.
Did I? I don't remember how far I watched in Supernatural.
I don't either. But I haven't watched any of season 10. No, I think you watched into season 10. Because I think you're farther than me. Further.
I remember that you guys were like, Aiden, you're like super behind in Supernatural, and I was like, oh yeah? And then I like marathoned it, and then I was past you guys, and then I stopped. I don't remember where I stopped at.
I don't either.
But there were like 100 Felicia Day episodes. Not that that's a bad thing, but I just remember being like, man, Felicia Day is in a lot of these episodes.
I think she had a more like another one a few weeks ago too.
Yep.
To be fair though, she's awesome.
I forgot what she needed me to do.
Huh?
Where's the medicine? I don't remember. All right.
I don't know. I don't know where you get it either.
Oh, me neither. Okay, well, either way, we're going to end the episode here because it's been a little bit over time. You know, like 5 minutes extra. That's 5 minutes of talking about TV shows that you wouldn't have gotten beforehand. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Next episode, I'll know where I'm going, and then we can just go straight there. You're all amazing. I hope to see you on the next one.
Later.
Yeah, you're a little late.
You're late.
I'm not. Shut up.